Hungary's strongman Prime Minister has grown envious of the UK's newfound freedom since Brexit and said the country's swift approval of a coronavirus vaccine was a slap in the face for the EU. Viktor Orban's praise for Brexit Britain comes after he joined Poland's Prime Minister Mateusz Morawiecki in vetoing the bloc's €1.8 trillion budget and pandemic recovery package. Mr. Orban weighed into the debate surrounding the UK's approval of a COVID-19 vaccine made by Pfizer and BioNTech, in a world first in the race for a jab. He said it was thanks to Britain's decision to leave the EU that it had achieved such a massive feat, ahead of the 27-member bloc. Mr. Orban said, "Those who have left the EU go their own way, look for their own solutions, and can improve their health and protect the lives of its citizens faster than we who stayed in the EU." Earlier this week, the Drug Regulatory Authority (MHRA) became the first agency in the world to grant emergency approval to the vaccine for coronavirus, which has infected more than 1.6 million Britons. Mr. Orban called this a slap in the face for the EU. For months he has been at loggerheads with top EU figures over Brussels' handling of the coronavirus crisis. Last month Hungary and Poland joined forces to block approval of the bloc's budget in protest over a clause that ties funding with adherence to the rule of law. Mr. Orban slapped down the financial package, which includes €750 billion £673 billion for a coronavirus recovery fund. He has argued the rule of law mechanism is defined vaguely, and therefore open to political manipulation. Critics of Hungary's leader have accused him of dismantling democracy and the rule of law in his home country. Both Poland and Hungary have been criticized by the EU over their dealings with the judiciary and the media for years. While Mr. Orban continues to insist financial aid should not be tied to the rule of law, the majority of fellow European leaders disagree. Poland this week showed signs of bringing the budget crisis to a close. On Thursday, Poland's Deputy Prime Minister, Jarosław Gowin, said Warsaw and Budapest could potentially accept a binding declaration to bring clarity to the rule of law mechanism. He said both countries could back a declaration that would offer assurances that the mechanism would only be used to safeguard EU funds and not to exert pressure in other areas of policy. Mr. Gowin admitted the veto would also damage his country.